Andrew Smith,
Rudy Fishman.
Revolution Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, so from the half guard bottom, I'll usually try to frame off, usually on the points of the shoulder here and the inside of the bicep here, right at the elbow. Typically, my partner is going to be looking to crossface here if I'm lazy, and he gets me here and smashes me down and everything. So before that happens, you know, I'm really proactive with this, and at the same time, that's very helpful. If I move my hips out and I slide my knee across, you know, this is a scissor half guard, or some other guys call it like various different types of guard. I've always called it scissor half, so that's what I'm going to call it, and that's what you guys are going to learn it as. So from here, his elbow is here. I can simply grab the wrist, sit up, and grab for the Kimura this way, or if I'm lazy, like me, or if I have shorter arms, like many of my students have, what I'll do is I'll flare the elbow out here, and notice that leverages my partner forward. As I do that, I'm going ahead and catching his wrist here at the bottom, so he can't go anywhere with it, and I'm going to slide my arm through. Now his arm's really far away from his body, but it's also really far away from mine, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to connect his elbow to my chest here. And when I do that, he all of a sudden becomes extremely weak. Now notice, just like any Kimura, I always want to have all 5 fingers, including my thumb, kind of like they're glued together, like I got super glue, and they're stuck together here. And I'm going to grab his hand, 2 fingers on the hand, 2 fingers on the wrist, just like that. If I can find that little bone where the hand connects to the wrist, I'll usually put 2 fingers here, like Mr. Spock here, and then 2 fingers on the wrist like this. And I'll do the same thing with my own hand over on the other side, here. So not here, right? And not down on the forearm or something. I'm maximizing my leverage here. In order to finish, all I'm going to do is, keeping the arm bent 90 degrees, use my hips to stretch my partner out. So I'm essentially trying to pull his arm out of socket before I even do any rotating. A lot of the time that's more than enough to get the guy to tap. But if it's not, I'll stretch him out, and then I'll just simply turn. Again, using my whole body and not just using my arms. So sort of full speed here. Alright. Off of the scissor half guard position, working a pretty basic scissor half guard Kimura, 9 times out of 10 the guy's going to pull back. I have many options from here, right? If I pull back, if I catch him and he's pulling back before I've got my hands locked together, I posture up and I can just simply hip bump him over. I end up in the top position. Now typically here, I'm almost always going to be looking to set up the Kimura, go right into the system, and if I separate the arm from the body, I'm here. If the arm's stuck, I'm going right into the floating path and so forth. He pulls away too early, I follow, hip bump over, and now I can set up the Kimura from the top. If instead of pulling away, he just hides his arm inside here like this, well, this is a great position for me too. I just need to view this as a position, as an anchor, rather than as a submission. So from here, I'm going to move my hips out by putting my foot on the ground as far out as I can get them, until only my foot is left on the inside. From here, I'm going to step all the way over, and I'm going to again use it just like it's an anchor. I'm going to hold on to the Kimura here and use it like it's an anchor until I can get all the way up here. I can step on his hip here and pull it free. Looking to rotate upwards. If he rolls here, it's a nice simple transition into the arm lock. Make sure my knees are facing his hips when I finish here. He grabs inside again, extend, up and over. I can't get it free here. I step and I try to pull and I just can't get it free. No problem. I'm going to use it as an anchor again. I'm going to climb up, shoot my leg through, all the way to the other side of his hip here, kick my foot over on the back of his head, and then lean to my right. As he rolls, I continue to follow with my hips, follow over, and then deal with whatever pathetic grip he's going to have on his gi. One more. Scissor half guard behind his arm. Move far away. Use the grip as an anchor. Try to free it, doesn't work. Shoot my leg through. I'm unable to get him to roll here. I can't get him to roll through, so I kick past. Put my knee inside here. Roll him over, and then switch to the arm bar here.